Hi, so you're stressed. So are a host of many other people out there. We live in a stressful world. We live in a stressful society, a society that's extremely demanding. But the difference is how we manage those stress levels, how we manage those triggers, and how we manage the situations we find ourselves faced with. So, on the last clip, we looked at how to manage stress by using emotional intelligence. And we talked about recognizing your emotions, knowing when you're frustrated, when you're angry, when you're in despair, and then knowing your triggers. What upsets you, what gets you all worked up, what stresses you, what is stressing you currently. And then check your expectations of yourself and of others. Sometimes life doesn't pan out the way we want it to. People don't deliver the way we want them to. We do not deliver the way we expect to deliver. But that doesn't stop us from pushing on and giving everything we have and everything that we need to do our best shot. Because we got to do life, and we got to do it and give it the best that we can. So we continue. Number 4, managing stress. I'll call the next one cognitive reframing. Now, cognitive reframing, simply put, is where you look at a situation and you know this is one difficult situation. This is one challenging situation, and it starts getting to you, and you're beginning to, get the pressure out of it. But you choose to look at it as an opportunity rather than a challenge. You choose to look for the opportunity to thrive and to excel from that situation, other than the challenge that situation poses, other than the stress trigger that it looks like. A client in the office has given you negative feedback because of a job you did. Sit down and ask yourself, maybe this is a learning. He tells you this is not what I wanted done. This is how I want it done. That is a learning for your next client, probably, and look at it from another angle. You've learned something new, and you're getting better. So there's always an opportunity in every, nasty situation of our lives. When we want to look at situations always as challenges, we'll never see the opportunity in them, and we'll always find ourselves so stressed out because we've blocked our minds to what could actually open up as an opportunity to that situation. So practice the art of cognitive reframing. Change your mindset, change your perspective, and you might just see a lot of opportunities in that very difficult situation. Number 5, I would call it know that life is a process. Avoid the need for instant gratification. Yes, we all want, that situation in life that, makes us feel good immediately. We want that situation in life that just looks like it works. Pap, there is, no stress, and it just works. We need to remember that good things come to those who wait. That is not to say that we should sit down and wait for the good things to come. That is to say, life is a process, and you need to give time for due process for everything that you want to achieve in life. Some things don't happen at the, in a click as we expect them to. The things that we enjoy, of course, that offer us instant gratifications are when Joyce wakes up one day and the stress levels are all over the place, and at that point all she wants is chocolate fudge from Java. and she will go and sit down and enjoy her chocolate fudge. Has that solved her issues? No. It's made her happy for a moment, which is good for that moment. But whenever we need to do something that, that will yield the outcome that we are looking for, we need to understand that there's a process to it, and we need to give we need to give time for the due process to take place. So anything that you plan in life, when you see, when you see people ahead of you that you probably feel, where did they overtake me? At what point was I overtaken? Well, don't rush to get to that level because they went ahead. Take your time, go through your process, and you will achieve what you want to achieve. Ensure you have goals in life. Now, a lot of times we fail not because we were not ambitious, but because we never had a plan and we never had a process. And so we end up getting stressed at the very small things that we see. We end up getting stressed at the thought that things are happening and I'm not happening. Yeah. But when you plan, and when you're confident that you have planned and you're giving everything your best shot, then allow due process. And even as we want that gratification, most of the times it is the long-term gratification that eventually works for us and that eventually actually lasts. So avoid expecting, that things will work out right at the time that you want them to work. When there's a process, allow the process. And because when we want to, most of the times when we want to, achieve our best, we find ourselves also stressing the people around us. And then you end up creating, even in the house, in our relationships, sometimes we want things done our way and very fast, and then it just doesn't work with the people that are around you, and so it ends up now becoming a stress trigger altogether. So let's appreciate that life is a process. Instant gratification only helps you, or rather is nice at that point, but it doesn't work for you in the long term. Number 6 is focus on your strengths. Focus on your areas of strength. When you want to do a business, when you're taking on a project, even in the office, focus on your areas of strength, because those are the areas that is what will make you shine. We are not saying ignore your areas of weakness. We are saying when you give your areas of strength your best shot at that point, that gives you the motivation that you need to push your areas of weakness. Because when you ditch the areas of strength and then start working more on the areas of weakness, remember that's a weakness. It might take a while to improve, or it might not be your fault at that time. Take business, for instance. You're good at a certain thing. Your passion lies in something, in one thing. But because another business seems to be thriving somewhere, you decide to ditch what is your area of strength, what is your passion, to go for what you think has more monetary value. And so when it doesn't work, because most of the times if you do something that probably is not where your strength lies, you struggle. And when it doesn't work, it now starts becoming a stress trigger for you. So do things that make you shine. Focus on things that make you shine. Work on the ones that need improvement, but focus on the ones that make you shine, and you will find you will lower your stress levels significantly. Number 7, know that we all make mistakes. We have our failures, but you need to process that very fast process your failures, process your mistakes, and move on. Get the learnings, because there is always learning from every failure, from every mistake that we make. There is always a learning. Get the learning and move on. Sit down, reset from that failure, from that mistake, and move on. And re-strategize, refocus, and move on. Because when you dwell on that failure, I mean, if the person who was inventing the car, for instance, or the aeroplane, if they, if they gave up on the first trial, we wouldn't be where we are today, and they wouldn't be who they are or who they are regarded as today. So know that, we fail, we rise up and move on. Things don't work, rise up and move on. And never give up trying. Never give up, Don't let it stress you that it has not worked, but don't give up, because when you give up, then you ultimately, everything just doesn't work. So even as we work on our stress levels, let us remember that the mistakes that we make today are our learnings for tomorrow. And so learn from those mistakes and just move on. Don't stress yourself out. Don't linger on those mistakes. Don't dwell on those mistakes. Don't dwell on those failures. When it's time to move on, you got to move on. And finally, count your blessings. It could be worse, So there's always a way out of that stressful situation. So sometimes, and that's part of cognitive framing, think of the blessings that you have. Think of what is working rather than what is not working. Remember the half glass full. Count everything that is working for you. Focus on the good things and the things that are, that are precious and they are working for you. You don't have money. You don't have, you probably don't have food at that point, but you're alive and well, and you can, get out of bed and do something the following day. That is a blessing. So always remember what is working for you, and appreciate and move on, because at the end of the day, after all is said and done, this life, we need to live it with, we need to give it our best shot, and we need to, as much as possible, lower our stress levels. You don't want to find yourself battling lifestyle diseases because you are not able to manage stress. Yeah, and so as an emotionally intelligent person, as you move around the emotions that stress brings out, you're able to very quickly, manage your stress levels, because you will understand what emotions you're dealing with, and then you will now call yourself to order and manage your stress levels accordingly. I hope this session has been helpful. Do keep the comments coming, the feedback. I appreciate every feedback. And let's take care of ourselves. Let's, be happy and make the best of what we have. Good day.